Hi everyone, my name's Anne Marie. Welcome to Card Making Project 523. Now in this episode we're going to make a gorgeous Christmas card, and because it's Christmas in July we've had two very special episodes this week, and I thought it was only fitting for today's episode to be an easel card, because I do love easel cards and I think they're just, so gorgeous. When you've got an easel card stood on the mantelpiece, it stands out amongst all the rest of the cards, and the recipient is more likely to keep it, I think, because they're just so different. Now, we're going to use our Anna Griffin dies for the easel card set 1. We're going to use some gorgeous glitter cardstock and lots of our Christmas embellishments, whether we've got packs of Christmas embellishments or we've got them left over from card making kits. Because sometimes you have a card making kit and you end up with lots and lots of bits left over. So I think this is a great one to be able to use those bits up with. Everything I do use I should put in a detailed list on my blog, so please be sure to check it out. All the details of all the items are always on my blog, and I always add lots more photos as well of the projects, both inside and out. So that might help you or jog your memory, or some people prefer looking at pictures rather than watching me. However, that's entirely up to them. I'm just happy if you check the blog and look at the projects. I'm not bothered whether you watch me or not, or even if you whiz it on. So just enjoy them, that's all I ask. You can always contact me on Facebook, you can comment on YouTube, or you can contact me directly through my blog. I'm running a little bit of a question at the moment because we're going to do a special episode in the future. I haven't got a date planned or anything for it, but I get asked questions so many times, and so many different questions, and some very random. However, I thought I'll do a special episode just with your questions. So if you want to write your questions down, if there's anything that you want to know, anything crafty, anything that you wonder how to do, rather than a full long episode on, I don't know, rubber stamping or die cutting, just quickie questions. Something that I can go through and maybe answer or give you ideas, something like that. So try not to do the personal questions, let's keep it to crafting. But I don't mind, I'm an open book, I'll answer any, well, within reason. So please check the blog for today's project, and all the details for the questions are on Facebook, so check that out too. So sit back, relax, and let's have a look at today's Christmas card making project. This is the die set we're going to be using. It's the easel card making die set. It's style 1 from Anna Griffin. It's the original die that was available. We're going to be using all 5 dies that's on the sheet. We're going to be using the main card. We're going to be using the shadow layer, the ornate layer, and both of the label dies. Actually, just going off subject here, I'm asked a lot about the magnetic sheets that I use, and it's 0.5mm thickness magnetic sheeting. They're very, very cheap, and I get them from the very large auction site that there is. Now, normally they're in A4 size. Well, that's what I purchase. I cut them in half and I use them as A5, and they hold the dies. As you've seen previously, that's just cut to the A5 size. Obviously, the larger style dies from Anna need to be on the larger sheet, so I have to cut them slightly different. All I do is back them with cardboard, and it could be any cardboard from any cardboard box or any scrap cardboard, and then I just make a tab, and then that way they sit in the boxes, and I have them sorted out in order of just brand. So, well, I only have one brand really, don't I? So, but that's how I store my dies. So that's the die we're going to be using, is style 1 of the easel card die set. So what I've done is I've cut out the large die from the set, and this is the actual card base itself. I've cut it in the gold satin foil cardstock from Anna. I've used my handmade stamp on the back of the actual card itself, and I've put my name in there. And then I've added double-sided tape just on the tab. Now, I've not folded it yet because I want to show you how to do that, and then But what I have done is I've cut out the card again because I wanted this section, this card section, because I want to make a matting layer for the layer that's going on the card. So I've cut the base out again and just trimmed it around the edge for the pattern, and then die cut the shadow layer. I've got the shadow layer with double-sided tape, and this is going to be my easel section, the actual part that stands up, but this is the back of it, because I didn't want it to show ivory. I wanted it to be fancy for when it stands up and you see the back, as it were. So I've just back to back that. Now I can make the actual easel. So where we've die cut it with the gold foil, we're actually going to turn it over so that you're going to see the ivory underside for the underneath of the card. And we're going to fold using the main score line that's at the top, and I'm going to use a bone folder just to make sure that's a nice sharp score. Now the tab here that's on the die, this is where I've actually put my tape. And we're just going to fold that in and then fold it flat again, and I can peel the top of the tape away, and where I've just made that double-sided, I can add that to our tape. So I'm going to match the pattern up at the bottom here to the actual shadow layer and pop that over the top like so and press it down. Now I've used regular tape, good strong tape. If you've got red tape, use that, but that is the start of our easel. So that it's as if by magic that happens. Now I'm just going to add a couple of the layers for the inside first before I do the actual outside. And I'll tell you for why, because every time I move my hand I'm catching them. So I think it's wise for me to use them first before they go on the floor and then I'm digging about for them. So I've cut out the shadow layer in gold foil, in the satin foil should I say, from Anna. I've even wrote on base so that I know what I'm doing. And then I can marry up the layers like so. We're going to see a touch of the ivory underneath it, which is fine. And I can just pop that down straight away like that. Now my next layer is the ornate layer for underneath, and this is the Anna Griffin glitter cardstock. Again, I've got it with flat tape on the back. Now you can take a little more time with adding your tape and your glue, etc. But for quickness, I've just added it through the centre, and I'm going to marry up the pattern, and I'm just going to pop that down like so. There we go. So that's kind of like the base started. Now we can go back to the front of our card. So the base layer I've die cut again in gold, and I've got 3D foam on the back of it, and I'm going to position it over the previous layer like that and press it down. My next layer is the ornate layer, like we've just done for the centre. Again, I've used the Anna Griffin glitter cardstock, and again I've got 3D foam on the back of it, and I can just pop that in position and press it down. Now we can start to decorate the front. Now, you know I love my easel cards. I might have mentioned that before. We've even had a mini-series on easel cards. And I just think they look so amazing when they're completed, because they just look like you've made so much effort. Everything I'm using is literally 3 things. Christmas stickers from old card making kits that we've had from Anna. I'm using a Christmas sentiment from the favourite Christmas sentiment stickers, and I'm using a gold bow. So it's quite simple really. The flourishes were from an old Christmas card kit. I've got them as a sticker at the base, and then I've got 3D foam at the top. Now the one thing I am going to do, because I'm going on to glitter card, and I'm just adding a little bit of glossy accents, just because it's glitter card, and I'm going to add one of the flourishes to one side, and then I'm going to add a second flourish roughly at the same side at the bottom of the card. Again, glossy accents. You could use any glue, it's just something to help it adhere to the glitter cardstock, because sometimes, and I'm not saying it's every time, just sometimes it might lift a little. So the second flourish is going kind of about there, I would say. Now I've not really planned where I'm putting everything, so you're going to have to bear with me. I might kind of change things, I don't know. I think we'll put the sentiment on first actually. So I've die cut one of the labels, it's the smaller label from the set, and I've got a gorgeous Christmas greeting sentiment from the favourite Christmas sentiment stickers. They're both on 3D foam. Even though that's a sticker, I've taken the back of it away and I've put 3D foam on it. So I'm just going to layer it over the gold label, and then I'm going to add that to the centre of my easel card, like that. Then I've got some gorgeous holly that was in an old Christmas card making kit. Now again, because this is a sticker and we're going maybe onto gold card glitter cardstock and maybe not on the glitter cardstock, just a little bit of glossy accents, and I think we'll have that kind of going over the flourish. And then I've got a second piece of holly. Now again, you're going to have to bear with me while I'm adding the glossy accents. Just talk amongst yourselves, because it's Christmas in July, so I want this to be ready for Christmas for me. I don't want to have to, you know, sometimes you make a card early and it all falls apart by the time you get around to using it. So I want it to all stick nicely. So I'll add the second piece of holly roughly about there. And then I've got two poinsettia stickers. And again, little bit of glossy accents on the back. You could use the white glue, you could use whatever you're happy using. And I think we'll just slide that to one side of the holly. And then the second poinsettia sticker, again, a bit more glossy accents. There we go. And we'll add this roughly, I would say, to the side of our card there. And then I'm going to finish the front off with a little gold, well, it's a large gold bow actually. And I'm thinking underneath our sentiment. And I know you're all screaming at home, oh no, put it there, put it wherever, but I'm going to put it at the bottom. Now I'm going to decorate the inside, because the inside is going to create the stopper for the easel part. We've already layered it up. So what I've got is the larger label die from the actual set, and I've got it on 3D foam. Now again, I'm going on to glitter, so I'm just adding a little bit of glossy accents just onto the 3D foam, so it's going to stick. And so I can press that down. Next, I've got one of the poinsettia stickers, and I've got 3D foam on that, and I'm just going to position it half on and half off the actual label. And then I've also got a sentiment. Now this easel card isn't really made for writing on. So if you want a section to write your name, you could do it on the back here, where the turning is. Or you would just do it on the actual back of the card. But because I've used the glitter, it's not really, you know, you're just going to add your name anyway, aren't you, really? Lots of love, Anne-Marie and Hubster. So I'm going to add the sentiment just between the actual poinsettia leaves, and I'm going to put it at an angle. There we go. Press that down. And that is our easel card. Now the magic's going to happen, because I'm hoping it will stand up. There we go. How beautiful is that? Now it's very difficult for me to show you this, but that, and obviously it needs to dry at the bottom, which it will do by the time I take the photos, so I'll just hold it there. There's just such a gorgeous card. I love the easel cards, I really do. And I think Christmas cards in easel cards are just extra special, they really are. So I hope you've enjoyed 2 out of the ordinary Christmas in July projects this week. So please give me the thumbs up. I hope you like your easels as well as much as I do, and you're not kind of fed up with me creating easels for you, because I just think they're very versatile and you can do so much with them. Please, you know, let me know what you think. Let me know if you've started on your Christmas cards. Check my blog for lots more information and for more photos, etc. I'd just like to say thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time.